What if home is not just one place? What if home is made up of the people, memories, languages, traditions, and experiences collected across different parts of the world? I've thought about that question a lot. My name is Lily Clark. I'm 11 years old. I was born in South Africa. When I was 5 years old, I left South Africa and moved to Kosovo. A few years later, I moved again, this time to China, where I've now lived for the past 3 years. So when people ask me, "Where are you from?" I usually say, "South Africa." But inside, the answer feels much bigger than that. South Africa is where I was born. It's where my story began. It will always be part of me. When I think about leaving South Africa, I often remember feeling deeply sad. I was sad to leave my friends, and I cried when I had to leave my grandparents. I was also leaving behind a seaside town that felt like home. At 5 years old, I could not understand everything about moving, and I was scared and nervous. But mixed in with those feelings was something else too, a little bit of excitement, because I was heading somewhere new. I was moving to Kosovo. At first, it wasn't easy. I didn't have a lot of friends, and the language barrier was a challenge. I felt nervous and unsure of where I fit in. But Kosovo gave me some of the most amazing childhood memories. I saw snow for the first time. I went swimming in the lake with my brothers. I even went skiing down a mountain once. Those memories are so clear in my mind. Kosovo made me realize that change can be hard, but it can also be rewarding and give you beauty, adventure, and joy. Kosovo taught me that you can miss one home, while also making room in your heart for another. Then I moved again, this time to China, and I had to start all the way from the beginning. At first, fitting in here wasn't easy either. The language barrier was a challenge, and there were times where I did not feel fully confident. But over time, something really special happened. In our bilingual environment, I learned Chinese while my friends learned English. We helped each other, we learned together, and little by little, friendships were formed. That's when China stopped being just the place I lived and started being the place I belonged. China has shown me in such an important way. It is where I felt safe, happy, and accepted. It is where I've learned to take part, to volunteer, and to strive for excellence, to keep trying even when things get difficult. For a long time, this all felt confusing to me. How could South Africa still feel like home, but Kosovo and China felt like such important parts of me? How could I belong to one place while also being shaped so deeply by others? As I've gotten older, I've realized something else too. Identity is not just made up of one thing. It can be layered. It can grow. It can be made from your roots and experiences at the same time. For a while, I thought maybe I had to choose a simpler answer to explain who I was. Now I know I do not. Growing up in an international community has taught me that you don't have to belong to one box. You can carry your roots with you, while also being shaped by the people and places you meet along the way. Sometimes, home is where your story began. Sometimes, home is where your memories are strongest. Sometimes, home is where you discovered something new. Sometimes, home is where you found friendship. And sometimes, home is all of those things together. That is why my talk is called Global Ideas, Local Laughs. Because global ideas aren't just things we see in the news or read about in books. They happen in everyday life. in schools, in families, even in friendships, and in the way young people like me grow up in international communities. My life has taught me that identity is not about choosing one place and forgetting the rest. It is about carrying your story with you. It is about being open to other places shaping you. And it is about understanding that every place you know and love can become part of who you are. So, when people ask me, "Where are you from?" I still say South Africa. But now I know the fuller answer is this. South Africa is where my story began. I was shaped by Kosovo, and I found friendship and belonging in China. All of those places live in me. So what if home is not just one place? I believe that growing up in an international community is not about losing who you are. It's about discovering just how much of the world can become part of you. And I think that is something truly powerful. Thank you.